Guilds are a very useful tool to make use of in your Hypixel Skyblock journey, whether it be for consistent hourly splashes, finding a good dungeon team, or to find dragon parties easily, or to even help protect each other's options should you get lowballed. It is a loss on your part to choose not to join any guilds due to the above reasons and the benefits that guilds can provide. Also, what's there not to enjoy when you can scream overflux in the guild chat and getting everyone's attention even though you didn't get one? No? Just me? I only do that? Fine, whatever. Anyways, Furball the Hammy, your friendly neighborhood hamster, is back again for another Hypixel Skyblock video, and today's video would obviously be on the guilds you want to join for Hypixel Skyblock. Before we begin, be sure to smash the subscribe button because at 15,000 subscribers, I will be holding a massive giveaway. And if you want to know more about Slayers, this channel is specifically created for Slayers because of my love and passion for Slayers. And with that, be sure to subscribe and let's get on to the video. So, first, how do we find a guild? Don't go to the guild section of the Hypixel Skyblock forums. It's filled with a bunch of random guilds, both Skyblock and non-Skyblock included. But obviously, you'll probably want to find a guild that's dedicated to Skyblock so you can maximize the help you can get. So how would you find it? First, go Google Hypixel Skyblock Guilds leaderboard and poke that button. Or you can just go down to my description and click on the link to go to that leaderboard page. But don't leave this video yet, stay here and continue watching, right? Now that you're on the leaderboards page, you will see most of the seriously taken Skyblock guilds and their rankings. If you take interest in a guild and you are wondering how to join the specific guild, scroll down and you will see a tab called Guilds Discord. Click on it and bam, you will see all the guilds contact informations. The guilds here will range from endgame top tier guilds to mid-game and even casual guilds. Secondly, onto my next point, how do you know what guild is best for you? That's not something I can answer for you, and I recommend finding your own guilds, but I will leave my recommendations at the end of the video because everyone has different gear and requirements differ from guild to guild. So first and foremost, how do you find out which guilds suits you the best? I recommend asking yourself first, what do you do most in Skyblock and what do you enjoy most in Skyblock? Is it Slayers, Dragons, Dungeons, or to flex and compete? If it's Slayers and Dragons, you probably want a splash focused guild, such as God Splash and Splash When. If it's for Dungeons, you probably want to check out the more late and endgame orientated guilds, or perhaps a dungeon party specific kind of guild, but I haven't seen that around since Dungeons just came out. And if it's for flex reasons, then obviously join one of the top 5 guilds. And if you are a newer and more casual player, consider joining the more casual guilds for a good in-game advice and of course to make friends. Hypixel Skyblock is all about friendships, right? Now, there is a lot of nuance and difference between each guild, and some guilds are a mixture of all three: Dungeons, Slayers, and Dragons. Also, not all guilds have the same requirements despite being classified under the same mid, late, and endgame categories. For example, some endgame guilds, and a great example of this is like Flexing Chimps, it prioritizes Slayer XP, whereas another endgame guild like Skyborn prioritizes skill XP. So yeah, both are endgame guilds but both have drastically different requirements, and most guilds will fall somewhere between the two requirements between skill XP and Slayer XP. And lastly, if you are still too lazy to find your own darn guilds, I will babysit you and give you my list of guilds that I recommend after checking out all of their guild pages. For mid-game players trying to approach to late game, I recommend Aquatic Line, which only requires you to have a net worth of 50 million, an average skill level of 22.5, 150k Slayer XP, and I also recommend another guild called Upsea, which requires 20 average skill XP, 120k Slayer XP, 50 mil net worth, and 350 minion crafts or 20 minion slots. Next up, for those who are looking for splash focused guilds with 8+ splashes a day, not including leeching the splashes, the guilds I will recommend are Splash When, 8 splashes per day, no leeching included. Requirements: 200k Slayer XP, 75 mil net worth, 22.5 skill average. I will also recommend God Splash, 10 splashes per day, no leeching included, 240k Slayer XP, and 24 skill average. And last but not least, Money Moves, more than 12 splashes a day, no leeching included, requirements are 400k Slayer XP, and an average skill of 26. And last but not least, for late and endgame players that aren't competitive but want a decent guild, I recommend these guilds for you. The first guild I would recommend will be known as Ideal. It has 9 splashes a day, not including leeching. Requirements is 800k Slayer XP, 26 skill average, and you require endgame armor like Superior as well as a Midas or maybe an equally endgame item. Another guild for these category of players will be Kitten Crew, 9 splashes a day, not including leeching. Requirements 300k Slayer XP and 28 skill average. And that's my recommendations for you guys. Although I would still strongly recommend for you guys to search for your own guilds, as each guild has its own unique culture and different players. I do hope this video encourages you to find a new home in Hypixel Skyblock and to form friendships. I am personally in Flexing Chimps. I'm not the guild leader, but sure, I have amazing friends there, and that's what makes me stay in Flexing Chimps. And with that, a Slayer boss a day keeps a /G kit command away, so be sure to do your daily Slayer bosses. And with that, this is Furball the Hammy, your Slayer Maniac, signing out.